if some people realize that, it's a lot to labor a child. So you have to be fit in order to do that. Otherwise it's going to be such a struggle, and it's going to be even harder to bounce back after if you're not used to that kind of activity.
I'm so excited for you guys to see today's interview. After many years of teaching, when Lauren and her husband became pregnant with their first son, she decided she no longer wanted a job that would keep her away from her son for long hours. So, after talking to a best friend of hers, she decided she wanted to get into the fitness industry. And now she runs her own online fitness community called Push, where she develops customized programs for all kinds of people. So she has some really exciting information to tell you. Another thing she will address is being active while pregnant. And finally, a lot of you moms watching have small children, and you're probably thinking, I don't have time to be active, they keep me super busy. So she has the best tips for keeping active with small kids. So you're definitely gonna pick up on a lot, and she shows you if there's a will, there's a way. So without further ado, here's my interview with Lauren Kubat from Push. Check her out.
So welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So kind of just to get started, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and like your family, your job, fitness, all that?
Yes. Okay. So mom of 1.5. We have another one expected in 20 days. Another boy. And then I'm married. We live in South Carolina, and my profession is group fitness instructor, high intensity interval coach, and personal trainer. So staying active is kind of just easier for me, I believe, because I'm just in the field. So I can bring my son with, and I'm in that environment and around people who are constantly trying to stay active and fit. So
what's your advice for keeping active while pregnant, and how have you been able to do that without, I think like years ago, they probably advised like against it because they didn't know you can still be active, while pregnant. So yeah.
That is probably the hardest part, is getting flack from other people thinking that maybe they know what's best for you. Just do your own thing and not really listening to other people. And it is hard because, the older generation, you weren't allowed to lift when you were pregnant. So, and it was just not encouraged. And they're like, you're eating for two, so eat and, gain all this weight and don't work out. And now it's kind of shifted, and also following other moms who are pregnant on Instagram or things like that, and seeing them do things that I know are safe, that kind of encourages me, because I'm like, okay, they're staying active, they're still working out, and just modifying where you need to. Like, I'm not going to do, crunches. Like, that's not really going to do, that's not really safe, and then it's not going to do anything for me. But also, keeping my cardiovascular level up. So like having some cardio, but also, still including weights, just dropping the weights, not using as much weight as I used to, but you still want to keep that muscle mass. And the thing is, I don't know if some people realize that, it's a lot to labor a child. So you have to be fit in order to do that. Otherwise it's going to be such a struggle, and it's going to be even harder to bounce back after if you're not used to that kind of activity. I think it helped mentally, because not just sitting at home anticipating what's going to happen, and also being at home for 4 to 6 weeks before was killing me. I was dying to get back and be active, and not only physically, but it's such a mental. When I had our first son, it was in November, it was in the Midwest, it was cold, it was dreary, my family wasn't there, you know, they went back to their lives, my husband had to go back to work, and the gym was like the only thing I had. You know, all my friends were at work, and it was the one thing I could count on to get my endorphins, you know, to move, to have an outlet, to have time to myself. And then with this one, I've been just as active. I feel like it's empowering to stay active while you're pregnant too. I'm like, if I can do it, you know, anybody else can.
What are your biggest tips for moms like looking to stay active that maybe have small children, and what kind of advice do you offer to them?
Find a gym that has a daycare. That is like the absolute must. Like, you have to find it, because you're not going to do it on your own. I've seen a lot of people try to do it on their own, do videos and everything, and then you're just not motivated. And you're at home, then you're like, okay, I have to vacuum. I'm doing a plank on the floor and it's dirty. I feel like you really have to find a place that you could take your child or children, put it in your schedule, you know, and don't feel guilty about that. A lot of moms feel guilty about taking an hour to themselves to work out, but knowing that your kids are safe, they're gonna be okay, and you need this time to be a better person, better mom, feel better about yourself. You know, and I struggle with that sometimes too. If I feel like, oh, maybe I'm, you know, taking too long or whatever, I struggle. But I know that if I don't exercise, I'm just not going to be in my best spot. It's Push, and it's online personal training. And basically, I was getting a lot of questions from moms and other women out of state, basically asking questions like, what kind of workouts do I do? What types of food do I eat? How do I stay on track? And because I've lived in multiple states, you know, I know a lot of people from, you know, just around the country. And so I was like, well, why don't I put something together where anybody can access this from wherever they're at? And it's basically a workout plan that is designed for each individual. And there's 3 workouts a week. And it provides accountability and get them jump started for 12 weeks. And then I guide them as the weeks progress. So, and with each week, the exercises get a little bit more intense, but I'm always there to provide support and answer any questions that they may have along the way.
All right, so you can catch Lauren Kubat online at www.pushonlinept.com. She is also on Instagram, and just be sure to follow her there and check out her fitness videos as well. They're really awesome. So I thought it was really cool when she talks about seeing other moms, and you know what, if they can do it, so can I. I think it's a really empowering message, and I think it's great for all of us to be able to strive to be better for ourselves, for our families, and I think we can really learn from Lauren. So thank you again, Lauren, for taking the time to sit with us. If you guys have any questions for Lauren, definitely comment below. She checks this page often, so she'll definitely be here to answer any questions. And again, thank you for watching. I'm Christa from Mommy Knows Best. Feel free to reach out to us direct for any other questions or inquiries. Thanks and have a great day.